If tomorrow morning you woke up with $1 million in your bank account, be honest. Would anyone notice? Or here's a better question. Would you even want them to notice? Now, we've mentioned this term called stealth wealth on the channel, but if you're new here and totally clueless, imagine this. You're quietly sipping your morning coffee, wearing the same hoodie you've had since college, and driving your trusty used Toyota Camry. Meanwhile, your bank account looks like Jeff Bezos adopted you, and Dave Ramsey is your personal therapist. That is exactly what we call stealth wealth. In a recent report from Fire Magazine, stealth wealth is the key to keeping your wealth and your freedom. But here's the catch. Most people just flat out don't get it. They think wealth has to scream, "Look at my Rolex," or "Here's a good one, check out my Versace loafers." When, in reality, real wealth is the quiet kid in the back of the class who's secretly acing every test. It whispers. It's clever, strategic, and best of all, it's liberating. So who are the ones who actually master stealth wealth? Well, they're the ones who retire decades early, sleep like babies, and let their money work overtime while they binge watch on Netflix. What I'm about to share with you is the exact blueprint for achieving stealth wealth. This means no flashy cars, no trust funds, and definitely no rich vibes Instagram posts required. And by the end of this video, you'll have the kind of financial moves that would make a billionaire nod in approval. What you're about to learn isn't just a life hack. It's a wealth-building superpower that will have you quietly dominating life while everyone else is busy trying to keep up with the Kardashians. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. Let's kick things off with the basics. What exactly is stealth wealth? Now, if you've been following our videos on building wealth silently, you've probably heard me say that this technique will always set you apart from the average and middle class. Stealth wealth is the art of living below your means, while quietly stacking up assets and building financial security. It's about staying under the radar and not falling into the trap of lifestyle inflation. Essentially, it's choosing freedom over flexing. Here's a fun example. Have you ever met someone who's wearing a pair of sneakers that look like they've survived 3 world wars, yet they pull out a Black American Express Platinum card at the checkout? That's stealth wealth in action. It's understanding that looking rich and being rich are two completely different things. So why does stealth wealth matter? Now, you might be wondering, why should I even care about stealth wealth? Well, let me hit you with some cold, hard truths. Number 1, avoiding unnecessary attention. When people know you have money, they start asking for things. Family, friends, even strangers will have their hands out faster than a kid at a candy store. Stealth wealth protects you from being everyone's personal ATM. Number 2, freedom to live on your terms. When you're not trying to impress anyone, you can focus on what really matters. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, traveling, or building your dream business, stealth wealth gives you the freedom to live life on your terms. Number 3, avoiding lifestyle inflation. Here's a real-life example. I had a buddy who got a huge raise at work. Instead of saving or investing, he upgraded his car, bought designer clothes, and started eating out at 5-star restaurants. Fast forward a year, and he's broke, stressed, and worse off than before. Stealth wealth is your insurance policy against lifestyle inflation. But watching this video alone is not enough. If you've been watching our videos on building wealth silently, you'll know that this is only step 1. Our channel is dedicated to financial freedom and giving you the exact steps to start living life on your terms. Make sure to watch our playlist and, as always, subscribe to the channel. How to achieve stealth wealth. All right, now let's get to the good stuff. How do you actually achieve stealth wealth? Let me first explain the concept, and then we'll move on to the practical ways, so just bear with me. I want you to pay attention to each one of these steps I'm about to share with you. Step 1. Master the art of blending in. This isn't about being boring, it's about being strategic. Drive a reliable car, wear classic, timeless clothes, and skip the flashy jewelry. Think Steve Jobs. He wore the same black turtleneck and jeans combo for years. Not because he couldn't afford Gucci, but because he understood the power of simplicity. Now don't worry, I plan to make a dedicated video about simplicity in its finest terms as part of the Stealth Wealth playlist. But let's take this a step further. Blending in doesn't mean sacrificing quality. Invest in durable, high-quality items that last, rather than flashy trends that fade. A well-made leather bag or a pair of shoes that can survive years of wear speaks volumes about your priorities without screaming for attention. When it comes to your car, think practical, not ostentatious. A used Toyota Camry or Honda Accord might not turn heads, but they're reliable, economical, and won't blow your budget. The goal isn't to deny yourself comfort. It's to avoid becoming a walking advertisement for unnecessary spending. Finally, blending in also applies to your behavior. I've said this more times than I can count, but I'll say it again. Stay humble, listen more than you talk, and never flaunt your wealth. Being approachable and unassuming is one of the most underrated aspects of stealth wealth. The less you boast, the more people respect you. Now, I've only revealed step 1. I'm just getting started. Pay attention. What I'm about to share next will be the most important decision you'll have to make before you can truly master the art of stealth wealth. Subscribe and give this video a like for updates on all of our upcoming videos. Step 2. Invest quietly. Stealth wealth is built on investments, not Instagram posts. Stocks, real estate, index funds, and side businesses are your best friends. And here's the trick. Reinvest your gains. Let your money work overtime while you sip your coffee and chill. But here's the nuance. It's not just about where you invest, but how you invest. Diversify your portfolio to spread risk and maximize returns. For instance, you might allocate a portion to low-cost index funds, some into rental properties that generate passive income, and a bit into dividend-paying stocks. The goal is to create a money machine that works while you sleep. And let's talk about reinvesting your gains. Imagine this. You earn $1,000 in stock dividends. Instead of spending it on a luxury weekend getaway, you reinvest it. That $1,000 grows and earns even more over time thanks to compound interest. It's like building a snowball at the top of a hill and letting it roll down. The longer it rolls, the bigger it gets. Now, since I've talked about this topic extensively, I often get asked the same question. How do I manage saving and investing at the same time? It might seem complicated, but it's actually quite simple. Here's what I want you to do. Automate your investments. Set up systems so a portion of your income goes directly into your investments each month. It's the ultimate set it and forget it strategy for building stealth wealth. Step 3. Embrace the power of no. Want to go on that lavish vacation with your friends? Thanks, but no thanks. Thinking about buying the newest iPhone even though your current one works just fine? Sorry, but that's a hard pass. Stealth wealth requires discipline, and discipline often means saying no to short-term temptations. But here's the thing. Saying no doesn't mean you're depriving yourself. It means you're prioritizing what really matters. For example, instead of splurging on a designer watch, you could invest that money in an index fund. That same watch might lose value over time, but your investment, it could grow exponentially. Saying no today is how you create the ability to say yes to anything in the future. And let's not forget, sometimes saying no isn't just about money. It's about time. Protecting your time is one of the most valuable aspects of stealth wealth. Skip the social events that don't bring you joy. Say no to commitments that drain your energy, and focus on what adds real value to your life. This discipline will set you apart from the crowd. Step 4. Be unpredictable. Here's a pro tip. Don't let people figure out your financial situation. One day, you're eating ramen noodles. The next, you're donating to charity anonymously. Keep them guessing. Now let's talk about some real-life examples of stealth wealth. Just take Warren Buffett, for example. The man is worth over $100 billion, yet he still lives in the house he bought in 1958 and drives a modest car. Why? Because he knows his wealth isn't about impressing anyone. The Millionaire Next Door. If you've read this book, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's filled with stories of ordinary people who quietly build extraordinary wealth by living below their means and investing wisely. And here's a personal favorite, my neighbor Steve. Steve owns 3 rental properties, has 0 debt, and spends his weekends fixing his own plumbing. He looks like an average Joe, but he's quietly killing it. Now, since you made it this far, keep watching because I'm about to share a bonus tip that, honestly, if you don't get anything from this video, this is the one thing I want you to understand. Ask yourself, what are the pitfalls to avoid? Of course, there are some traps you need to dodge on your stealth wealth journey. Let's break it down in simple terms so you can fully understand. Number 1, the comparison trap. Social media is the enemy of stealth wealth. Don't fall into the trap of comparing your life to someone else's highlight reel. Remember, most people are faking it. Number 2, oversharing. Stealth wealth means keeping your financial wins to yourself. You don't need to announce every stock you buy or every bonus you get. Less is more. Number 3, neglecting balance. While stealth wealth is about saving and investing, it's not about being a miser. Treat yourself occasionally. The key is moderation. Remember, it's not about hiding your money, it's about protecting your freedom, your peace of mind, and your financial future. Start small, stay consistent, and before you know it, you'll be living the stealth wealth dream. Now, there's only one question left for me to ask. What's the first thing you'd do if you achieved stealth wealth? I'll be reading every single comment and response on this video. Don't forget to subscribe. In fact, the best way to actually achieve this goal is actually understanding how to use debt to your advantage and achieve financial freedom. We've created a step-by-step video to teach you exactly how. Just click the video on the screen now, and we'll see you in the next one.